I missed the beginning. I just came over. Did you say if it wasn't a bye week, you would have played, or is that what I heard?
If we had a game during the bye week, probably would have been out there in the field.
So you think you'll be out there this week?
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
99%.
99.9.
99. Let's stick it there.
Okay. What did you do everything in practice today?
Yeah, I was a full participant.
How do you feel? Like finally.
Feel good. You feel good. It's taken a little bit to get back, just to being around, football, reactive stuff, things like that. But it's something that we'll work into this week and be ready to go.
You go with the cuts and all, because I think last time we talked about you're just running straight ahead.
Yeah. So that was like 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago, and so I've made a lot of progress since then. Good to go.
Everything feels, your ankle feels fine.
Yeah. Bye week was a blessing.
What kind of things can you learn from not playing? Obviously, that's not the
How much you love this game. I haven't played since week 1, and watching the guys go out there and battle and be in close games and just on the field in general, even in practice, you kind of feel disconnected from being able to actually make an impact on the field, and so definitely feel like I want to be out there, but I can't. So there's like this feeling of like something's lost. There's like a hole within me. That's why I feel like I was really pushing to try to get back as soon as I could. The bye was probably a blessing for me, just my mental and me trying to push back. But yeah, definitely felt disconnected.
Can you learn anything though from that vision point, or everything you can learn on tape, like just from watching the game as an outsider?
It's tough. Because you can see it on tape, but going out there and actually physically doing it is such a different just skill. To be able to apply what you see in the film room and actually go out there and do it full speed, full time is what separates people, right? We can all look at it and see it on the board and say, okay, this is the read, this is what you got to do. But when it's full speed, can you make the right adjustments, use the right technique, and then what do you have after to continue to separate yourself? And so that's what you can't ever continue to practice when you're not out there and you can't get in the film room.
What's the excitement level playing on a Monday night game? Obviously, your only second game.
Yeah.
Season.
It's a primetime game, so you got the world watching us, and it's an opportunity for myself to make my debut coming back from week 1. So I just want to make sure, like always, I'm keying on my goal or on my keys and making sure I make an impact. And so it's gonna be fun, just like all of our games are, but especially when it's Monday night.
Thanks.
Great questions.
Taylor got an extension?
Yeah, JT, my guy. Let's go. It's good. I think it's one of those things that we were expecting for more of our guys, but JT's the one who's gotten it. One of those contracts that is up at the top of the market, whereas this guy's playing at a consistently high level and has been making an impact consistently. And when you are able to do that, you should be rewarded for that, no matter what position you play. If you make a high impact on your field and your team, then that's what we would expect. We would expect to have some type of extension, some type of contract where it's at the top of the market. So it was really fortunate to see that.
Is that like the dam breaking maybe now?
Every one of us is so situational, whereas like we all kind of have our own battle to fight. We're all in it together as far as just players, not just even the running backs, but all of us in general. But one thing we can continue to do is go out there and play at a high level and continue to prove that we make a big impact.
Is it encouraging up to you specifically in your situation?
Yeah, I would say so, just because I care about these guys and want to see them, get the best opportunity and get rewarded for that.
But as it relates to you directly?
To me, as far as, I'm in a totally different situation. That's his second contract. I'm on my second contract. I'm going into my third.
But in terms of the market itself, is it being as dormant as it's been?
Yeah. It's something. It's the next closest contract that's been towards the top of the market for a long time, and a lot of that might be just because there's been a lot of us running backs that have been kind of holding these same spots and haven't gotten to a position. This is the first year where we're like, okay, we're going to see some of these contracts kind of re-up with the guys that got franchised, with Jonathan. And we didn't see that, obviously. And so to finally see it now, this late into the season, it's not timely, but it got done.
In week 1, and then you had to miss the next 3-4 weeks.
How frustrating. Yeah. I mean, missing games as an athlete, man, it's always so frustrating, but it's something that you can't really hold on to, that frustration. You got to realize, okay, how can I get myself back? It's still not a good situation, obviously, so it's not advantageous, but it's okay, how can I put myself in a position to actually go through my training and get back on the field? And so that's what I was focusing on. I wasn't focused on how I was feeling. It's like, okay, let's get back in the training room. I was working with Allison. Let's get this ankle right. Let's work it back. And then fortunately for me, the timing of the bye played out for my favor for this. So the frustration was really mainly that first week, and now it's like, okay, I'm on to the next thing, and now finally back. So
Both teams like the extra day for various reasons. You guys to get healthy, Dallas because they're ticked off after what happened in San Francisco and kind of need another day to let it marinate. Just, is there any concern with the team coming in after the way they got beat last Sunday?
this is the NFL. This is the NFL. We're all highly motivated to go out there and win games, regardless if it's because we got beat, whether it's, we're trying to continue to win games to get more, wins for our Super Bowl run. Like, all of that matter. Like, there's so many reasons to be motivated. And, yeah, sure, if you get beat, maybe that's another one to go at. We just came off a bye. We're trying to go on and keep our streak going, so we're highly motivated as well. And, I wouldn't say just because they're ticked off means that all of a sudden they're going to play harder. Like, were they not playing hard in the past? They were, exactly. We're all playing as hard as we possibly can. And so for me, I'm not really worried about, their scenario. I'm really worried about, us coming to show up and play and making sure we're putting a high level of play on the field. So regardless if they're ticked off or not, I know they're going to play hard.
Any difference in this Dallas defense than the one you faced 2 years ago?
Ooh, good question. Probably, but I don't remember necessarily 2 years ago. I just see what they have going on right now. There are some similarities just with their nickel front that they have. They have like a bigger body at nickel, so I do remember that being a similarity there.
Okay. Any doubt that Justin's finger will be just fine and he'll be as good as usual?
Any doubt that his finger will be fine? I think his finger will be just fine,
And he's got that Michael Jackson glove going on.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's going to hold him back.
Or worse when you're coming off a 6-sack game?
I wouldn't know. Man. Just getting ready for another one.
Any part of you during the bye week sort of itching to get back out there considering that game, or at this stage of your career you'll take the time off?
I'm itching regardless, man. I love the game of football, but yeah, just coming out here and getting better every day, and not worried about last game. Getting ready for the next one.
I don't know how much close you are with other position groups, but can you kind of reflect on like the excitement of JC coming here and then seeing him going recently? Like what's that's been like for the defense?
I mean, it's unfortunate, man, but this game and this business, it's a lot of complicated things that happen on and off the field, and so in his case, we wish him all the best, but unfortunately it didn't work out for the Chargers.
When you watch Dallas' offense,
Yeah.
and especially with Dak,
Yeah.
is there, like how do you evaluate Dak? Because a lot of people are like, oh, the giveaways and the things like that. But what's just kind of your take on him?
Man, Dak is a special player, man. Just understanding his leadership qualities and his toughness, and knowing what they're capable of on Sundays. You got to be ready. You got to be ready for 88, 13-3, 20 in the backfield. The offensive line is special, so it's going to be a hell of a challenge for us on Monday night.
How good is that O-line?
Oh no, they got a good group, man. They got a good group. It's gonna be a challenge for us. How good? They're good.
Do you expect to be like super chipped and triple team this week?
I don't know what to expect, but I know what we're preparing for. Not too much talking to be done. Just got to go out and execute.
Just any differences you see in this Dallas offense, maybe compared to in terms of style and everything?
Shit. Honestly, I know they both big and physical. Their O-line really controls the game. They have great receivers everywhere. I know B. Cooks. I play with B. Cooks, Lamb. So I think that honestly they're a very complete team everywhere: offense, defense, special teams. With Terrapin, returning the punts, I just think they're a really complete team. By far one of the best teams put together for sure. So yeah, that's all I can say about that. Credit to those guys.
I know players and teams kind of hate the early bye week, but this came at a good time for you guys to get healthy.
I think so, yeah. I think, even though it was early, it was kind of God sent because, a lot of guys were getting kind of banged up, as you saw past couple weeks. And I think it helped us a lot be able to recruit and get back together. And also, I think in the long run, it was pretty cool as well because in those 4 games, even though it's early, you kind of get to see what you're good at and what you're not good at, I think the thing is with bye weeks sometimes in the middle of the season, if we were kind of in the situation we were last year with, we weren't able to really sit down and evaluate ourselves as critically. We were obviously critical on ourselves. We weren't able to really go deep and dive deep in the intricacies of things and see where we are and why we were struggling in the run and why we were struggling in this. You know what I'm saying? I think it kind of came at a premium time, so now we could go in and dive in a little bit deeper early and see, where our strengths, where our weaknesses, where we need to improve, and also get healthy. So, for sure, I think it definitely helped a lot.
You feel like the pressure and blitz rate is good because it seems like you've gotten effective pressure on the quarterback all 4 weeks.
Are you talking about our team?
Yes.
Our team in general?
Yeah.
Our pressure and blitz rate?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't even know anything about that. I just go out and whatever call he calls, we just run, Right.
Well, do you feel like you guys have been effectively rushing the passer and getting pressure?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I know myself personally. I've been getting back there. I know K-Mac had an amazing game last week, and Fox has 3 sacks in games. Every game I got 2 pressures at least. So I think we're doing a solid job. Tuli's been amazing. Everyone's been amazing, But we're not satisfied with that. It's a new week now. Raiders happened. It was cool and all, but now it's on to Dallas. They're a great team again. We're the most complete team I think we're probably going to face all year, and we're just looking forward to that challenge. It's going to be a very, very tough challenge for us, for sure. But I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be a very fun game, for sure.
Is 2-2 a good jumping off point?
No, I don't think. If you look at our roster, I don't think we're a 2-2 team. If you look at some of those games, I don't think we're, lost by 3 on one game, a lot of penalties, lost another game, lost another game on overtime because of penalties. So, obviously, we're not trying to, we're over that, and we learn from it, but we know that we're a much better team than our record says. But you got to keep moving, pressing forward, learning from those mistakes and pressing forward, and that's what we're here to do, just making the most of those ops and not beating ourselves twice with the same mistakes. So,
How much does red zone stops and red zone turnovers kind of get a defense jazzed up? Because you guys have had 3 the first 4 games.
Yeah, I feel like you're trying to jinx us right now, man. I don't like all these questions about pressure. I feel like when you start talking about stuff like that, then that's when it goes haywire. So I'm just going to say I don't really know because I really don't know. I don't know about that stuff. Again, I just try to look at it, and I think this is where everyone's mentality is in here, is that we just take it one play at a time. And that's what, even I remember that Vikings game, I was just telling everyone, one play at a time, guys. We just need one stop, just take one play at a time. I just think that's the mindset of this team. We don't look too far ahead. We don't dwell too far. We don't dwell in the past. Obviously, we learn from the past and the mistakes that we've made, but we don't dwell too much on that. We just try to we just try to stay present and just chop wood and just be present where we are right now. And I think that's obviously helped us these past 2 weeks. But again, we got to continue to stay present and chop wood because again, we got a huge op in front of us, great team in front of us. Very good old line in front of us, so that's kind of our mindset. If we happen to be good in the red zone, that's awesome. But we still got 15 games left. So that doesn't mean nothing in week 4 or week 5. What is this going to be, week 4 for us, right? Week 5 for us technically. Week 5, yeah. So that's nice and all, but we're just trying to improve, and that's where our mindset is. And just play complimentary football.
Were you and JC close?
Kind of. I wouldn't say we were super close. I think it was closer to DJ.
Did you get hurt last game?
Yeah, I kind of twisted my ankle a little bit, but yeah.
Did you feel like you wanted to come out of the game?
To be honest, as long as I could run on it, I was able to play on it. I just wanted to stand and play as long as I could until I couldn't run anymore, but I was able to run. So.
With that happening to you, do you feel like the bye week kind of, for you, came at the perfect time to rest up that ankle?
Yeah, I guess you can say that. I think the bye week came at the perfect time for all of us, for the whole defense, for the whole Chargers.
What do you guys need to do to regroup and come out there and perform at a high level like you guys expect yourselves to?
We're going to play fundamental football. I think we lacked that in the first 4 games. I guess now it's time for us to reset and reboot and come back and play all the fundamentals.
What makes CeeDee Lamb one of the most dangerous receivers in the league?
Probably just the way he moves. He's so he plays loose. He plays kind of a little bit like Justin Jefferson, like kind of loosey-goosey type of feel. But yeah, he's got to go in and just be physical with him, to be honest.